Domestic violence is on the rise in Utah, and reporter Kristen Firmage shows us how dangerous these situations can get.
Domestic violence is getting more serious, and people from the domestic violence program say they are astounded at the numbers of cases that end in the use of fatal force. In the last few months, there have been 2 Utah police officers shot while answering domestic violence calls. Officers like Sean Josephson are concerned with their own safety as well as the safety of others because of how often force is used, which sometimes results in fatalities.
We prefer not to have to use force in any circumstance, but that's really dictated by the actions of the people that we're dealing with.
Josephson, who deals with a lot of domestic violence cases, says that often force needs to be used by the officers when the victim of the domestic violence turns against the police after they try to arrest the violent person.
But once we make the arrest on the other person, as law mandates, then we become the enemy because they don't want that person removed from the home on a permanent basis.
About half of the calls received by the Salt Lake Police Department are related to domestic violence. Dell Bircher, the administrator of the state domestic violence program, says that these calls are perhaps the most dangerous, both for police officers and for the people involved.
Over the last 5 years, we've had a total of 41 cases where police have actually had to use fatal force. And of those, 12 have been domestic violence related.
Bircher says that the increased use of police force has to do with how severe these domestic violence cases have become. Over the last few years, domestic violence has risen about 37%, and over 3,000 people entered shelters to escape violence last year. Back to you.